right? Why am I still not hearing anything?
I know.
Are you hearing anything right now?
No, I'm not.
Well, it was playing the audio when we were...
Is audio in? Yeah,
No, it's something wrong on our end.
Okay.
Play these backwards. Or even all the way in. I love this song. Hello?
Yeah,
Hello?
can't hear anything.
What have I done wrong? Well, let's just try restarting it then.
Okay.
Hello?
I can like hear.
Hello? Hello?
I can hear it come on, but then I can't hear
Hello?
anything.
Hello? No, it's not those. I don't know what's wrong.
Where did Andrew go?
Just make sure everything's plugged in. Okay, maybe we need to just try using channels 3 and 4, I guess. Hello?
No.
No?
No.
Hello? No? Channel. What did I do wrong?
I have no idea.
Hello? Okay, we're going back to 1 and 2 just because I know that they work. Hello? Wait, I think I heard something. No. It's picking up the sound, we're just not getting our own sound.
Yeah.
You guys know where Andrew went? We can't hear each other. Okay, you know what? I'm going to get on a call. We can't hear each other. And we can't hear ourselves.
Yeah, because that's what happened to me and Eric the last time that we announced. And there was audio from both of us.
Yeah, I mean, it says it's picking it up, but we can't hear each other.
but no.
So it's weird because I guess it's picking up the audio, but we can't hear ourselves or each other. So the board's picking up the audio, but we can't hear ourselves or each other.
Okay, so you're in headphones. Try turning up both of your volume all the way up.
More our volume. Oh, there we go.
I did that.
Is it working?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
working.
it's working now.
Okay, I'm gonna turn this around real quick.
Sorry for all the technical difficulties there, folks. I'm going to take a quick trip back here and go do the intro now that we can actually hear each other. So, hello Blue Devil family, and welcome to today's game between Tijuana High School and your Walla Walla Blue Devils. We're here at the softball stadium. My name is Braden Holgate, and I'm joined by my partner Alana. I got that right this time. Our crew today consists of Tierra Golden, Sebastian Cruz, Jefe Vargas, Paulo Vera, and I think we have one more somewhere who's not on our list right now.
Vanessa.
Yeah, there we go. And our crew is all students, and we're going to bring you an exciting all-student broadcast today. Sit back, enjoy, and let's go Blue Devils. That's the late intro while we were figuring things out. Looks like I did see that they did pull a double there. There was a double that got a runner on second for them, and then since then they've gotten one out. That pitch ended up being a little bit wild right there.
Looks like she got a walk for that.
The runner was gonna, off the wild pitch, take third, but because it hit the runner, she was not able to advance and had to walk back to second there. Runners on first and second now.
Wow.
That one hit pretty solidly, but
right over the fence.
way off in the wrong direction. Solid contact right there, though. That's the first step to getting some points scored.
Right.
Especially with runners in scoring position.
It's better to hit the ball than to not hit the ball at all. So.
As long as you make contact with the ball, you're keeping yourself alive. So.
Oh.
Second pitch comes through a little bit low. Contact is made once again. That's going to put 2 strikes on the count.
I don't know if it's just me, but I was watching the baseball game yesterday, and those pitches come in so low. I don't know if I'd be able to hit any of those. But I guess that's just the game.
And these ones, you'd think that they'd be easier since they're underhanded, but they are not any easier.
No. They get that swing in there, it comes so fast.
An excellent catch made there into the sun by the first baseman. You could see that she caught the ball when it was behind her head. May have misread it just a little bit there because it's really hard to read. She was staring right into that sun when trying to catch that ball. So excellently done right there. Great catch.
This is probably like one of the worst sports to have in the sun. Constantly have to look up into the sun.
I played for a couple of years, and I definitely lost like 3 or 4 in the sun.
Oh, yeah,
it's
for
not
sure.
fun, especially when you realize Oh, dang it. The ball just hit the ground, and I was blinded the whole time.
I know, like my eyes just want to close. I look up at the sky. How am I supposed to keep my eyes open?
That's why we have hats, but even the hats don't always help.
Yeah.
Two strikes on the count here.
Ooh.
That one hit pretty solidly. Pretty solidly.
Glad it went over the fence.
Not over the right fence, though. So, and not over the right fences and not over the correct fence, not as in over the left fence. Now, if the ball had gone over the correct fence, then that would be really impressive.
Right?
That one is washed. That's going to be the first ball here.
And that is the
That
last
was
out.
excellently done right there. That was swing and a miss for strike 3 and the third out here. That's going to put him close to the top of the first.
All right, we're at the bottom of the first inning. Up to bat for the Blue Devils are third baseman Taylor McGill.
As you've heard, third baseman Taylor McGill up to bat right now. She gets to take a crack at the first at bat here for the Blue Devils.
I hope to see some points this inning. We'll see.
That one was a little bit inside, and she realized it just a tad too late right there. Pulled back on her swing, but unfortunately the ball still made contact with the bat there. That's going to be strike 1. That one hit. That's going to be foul ball there. Two pitches, twice made contact, 2 strikes. Contact is where it starts, though.
Definitely. Oh,
That one was really close right there.
you definitely have to have good reaction time if you play this sport. I mean,
Oh, yeah, for sure. And these people make it look pretty easy, too. It really is not.
yeah. I mean,
I-
the ball goes from nothing to being hit. You're like, whoa, when did that happen?
Yeah, I've been up in their shoes, too, before,
Oh.
so. It's an experience for sure. It takes a lot of getting used to.
Yeah.
That one's up and back, so not within range of anybody to catch it. Back behind the dugout there, visiting team. And still at the plate here.
Oh.
Haven't had any moves yet. And I think what's 7 pitches in now is still the first batter.
Yeah.
6 pitches, excuse me.
But it's the beginning of the game, so.
Yeah.
And she gets a walk.
That one was awfully close. I think it may have been a little bit low and inside there.
Pitcher number 18, Tallulah Sickles.
I heard recently Tallulah was in the paper.
What for?
I don't know, but I just saw that.
I don't read news very often, so I wouldn't know. Oh, that is a one heck of a hit.
And
An
got
excellent
caught.
hit, but unfortunately it flew for too long. Yeah, it flew up in the air for too long, unfortunately. Didn't find its way back down, and that's going to be caught there.
Now up to
Powerful
bat.
hit, though.
They get so close to the face. So scary.
Umpire lost his mask there. His face mask, I should say. Oh, that one, another solid hit. It's going to find its way through the pitcher, through the shortstop, through the second baseman, out to the center fielder there, and that is going to be a single on that one. Excellent hit right there.
That's how you get a run in.
1 out.
You hit it straight across. No one can catch it. You know, unless they're like super
And
crazy.
it was a solid hit too, so it just went by them too quickly.
Yeah.
However, I'd also like to point out that we just saw Chihuahua in the same spot here at the top of the first, and Wahe was able to clean that up. So we could see the same thing here with Chihuahua cleaning this situation up as well. I believe that both sides also had 1 out in that situation, so. That one's short, right down next to the plate.
And she made it.
It's going to be thrown into first.
Oh, no, she got out.
Yeah, she was
Aw,
out.
Dang. Thought she made it.
And when it's really close and you're not exactly sure, typically it's the runner got out.
Yeah.
Mostly just because the ball travels faster than the person.
Number 14, Kaelin Chapman.
Got number 14, Kaelin Chapman up.
With 2 outs on the board, the play is going to be at first here. That one's a bit high and wide there. Important to note that we have runners on second and third right now, both in scoring position. So if one gets into the outfield and finds its way down, that'll probably be 2 points here for Wahai. And if that one, which makes its way through the infield right there, finds its way down, play's going to be at home here.
Oh.
Looks like the runner was not quite able to make it. That was just a beautiful throw right there from center field. Just so nice. That's a hard throw to make. Lots of credit to her on that one. And it was right where it needed to be, too, from that far out. Excellent. She knew that the runner was probably going to make its way home. That's a very typical thing to do when you get one into the outfield with runners on second and third.
And with that, Wahai gets their
play right there.
first point of the game.
And that's going to be the end of the first inning here. This is just a reminder, if you missed any of this broadcast, you can go back and watch it an hour after the game is done on our YouTube channel, Blue Devil Northwest.
At the top of the second inning, starting off for Tijuana. I don't know, because we have 2 number 10, so I don't know who number 11 is. Number 11. I know. I don't have a number 11, so. Number 11. Number 11. Stella. Stella. Number 11, Stella.
That's your mission.
I have 2 number 10s, so.
Really still lagging. Let's not use it until we fix it. So I'm gonna try something a little different though. I'm gonna have here we go now, Stella, here we go. Zoom up on the pitcher and then cut to this.
Swing and a miss right there. With the first strike on the count.
As she's pitching, and then we'll get the pitch, like, and then try going right to it.
Team, when you're ready.
So we'll try that.
That one also hit. A lot of these hits headed over in that direction today.
Yeah, I feel bad for the cars out there. I hope
I
they're
don't
okay.
think anybody parks back there, so we should be all right.
Let's hope so.
Come on, team, when you're ready. Take your time.
2 balls, 2 strikes on the count right here, leading into this pitch. Low and inside right there, out of the dirt. It's going to leave the count full. Full here with 0 outs. Top of the second. This pitch needs to hit its mark right here perfectly. And it does, and the batter swings and misses as well. That is her second one of the day right here on the strikeouts.
One down for the Blue Devils. Up to bat for Tijuana, number 14, Tiara Davis.
So I'm gonna have them
1 out now on the board
so try that pitch.
here at the top of the second.
Once she's just about to throw it.
And that one hit right to the pitcher, but through the through the feet of the pitcher, but she turns around, picks that one up, and spins back around and makes an excellent throw all in one fluent motion. Even with missing the ball initially, she was still able to stop it and get that over to first base. The second out.
I thought for sure she was going to make that because it went right through her legs. And, man, you're like, where did the ball go? But she picked it up in quite a quick time.
Now up for Tijuana, number 20.
Yeah, her second reaction was very quick.
I know.
It was excellently done right there. A lot of the times you'd see the runner just beat out the ball there.
Yeah.
Or heck, even sometimes you see the fielders kind of just give up a little bit, like, oh, the runners, of course, so they're going to make it now that I missed it initially, and kind of just slowly turn around and pick the ball back up.
Yeah, it's like,
just prepare for the next play, but not her. She was like,
She's
okay,
like, I can make
missed it.
this.
Still going to pick it right back up and throw it right back on over.
Yeah, and that's what you should always do in a sport, you know, just no matter what, be ready. And that's exactly what she did right there.
When she comes back, we'll fix it. We'll use it once she forgot.
One's up.
Yeah.
And into the glove of the first baseman there. That's her second today. Her second time picking up one of those poppers over there. That's going to bring it close to the top of the first. Welcome back here to the bottom of the second here with the score being 1 for Wahai and 0 for Tijuana.
We're at the bottom of the second inning. Up to bat for the Blue Devils, number 12, Lauren Bergevin.
Number 12, Lauren Bergevin at bat. She had an excellent job the last time I was here. Contact made once again, but that one is not going to go in the right direction. Keeping her batting alive, however.
Yeah, that contact with the ball can be pretty unpredictable.
That one swung at and missed. That's going to be the first out here at the bottom of the second.
Tijuana. Up to bat for Blue Devils, number 6, Sarah Justice.
And now we get the other Justice up to bat.
Oh.
Ball goes right to the third baseman and bops on out of her glove there. She has to pick that one back up. A little bit slower on the second reaction when compared to the pitcher from the top of the second. That's going to let the runner be safe.
I don't know if anyone can beat that pitcher's reaction time, though. We'll see.
She was really good about it. Also, you have to consider, though, that I guess the pitcher was closer to first base than the third baseman was.
True.
So that one is solidly
Oh.
hit up in the air as well. And that one does make its way down in play.
Oh. Out.
However, the throw is still made into second. That's one of those unfortunate instances where you're not exactly sure what to do, because if the ball is caught, then you got to make your way back to your bag. But if it's not caught, then you just got to run. And so when you realize, and you got to remember that that same hit was caught earlier in this game.
Mm-hmm.
And so the runner has to just assume, okay, well, I need to not run here because they're going to catch it. And when they didn't catch it, you got to just make your way to second, but unable to do so. It's just a trap either way. It's unfortunate. Sometimes that thing, it just happens.
Yeah.
And you can't lead out too far either, because if it is caught, then you're too far away from first base. Well, where it's caught is the closest point to first base in the outfield. So
yeah, you really just got to make that quick decision. Which, if you're really bad with decisions, then that's a tough decision.
a lot of tough decisions in the sport,
Mm-hmm.
and you don't have a lot of time to make them.
No.
Hey, here we go, kids. Nice pitch.
Then again, I can't think of a sport that has time for you to think of a lot of decision. It's a hot day out today.
And I believe this is the last batter here for Wahai before they hit back at the top of their order. Excellent pitch coming through right there. That's going to lead the count with one strike.
Right into first base's hand right there, unfortunately.
Says it's 64 right now, but I don't believe that.
Maybe it's because we both have sweatshirts on.
That might be true.
Blue Devils number 4, Taylor McGill.
And it might just be 64 right now, but we also have the sun beating directly on us. So
True. I feel bad for the players out there. They're having a run in this heat.
yeah,
I should say the sun.
I guess 64 is pretty believable.
Yeah.
It's not hot outside, but it is very warm with the sun.
Mm-hmm.
But the air temperature isn't warm. Runners on second and third here for Wahai.
Might get some points here. But we're also on our second out, so we'll see.
Oh, but that one's going to make its way down in the outfield. Once again, we see a repeat.
And she makes it.
And we're going to see the repeat of the end of the first there, where we had runners on second and third, and they both pop in from the same hit as well.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so how's the batter camera looking? Good job. So this is what he's going to do now, because I'm experimenting with that thing. He's going to get pitcher.
So far, you can always count on that hitter to get those last two into home.
Well, that's basically the best hit that you can do in this sport that isn't a home run is
Yeah.
right there, because that one it's usually not picked up. It's kind of
No.
a blooper right into the hole in the outfield, which is almost always going to be a single.
Yeah.
If there's any issues with cameras, we have a cameraman in Jasmine. I'm going to go get everybody wired.
Especially that last hit, more so that last hit than the first
If
one.
there's an issue, check
Yeah,
with
because
the
that one,
cameraman.
it got both those people in, and it even got the hitter to second base.
Yeah, and the hit itself, the
Mhm.
ball was high enough that it went over the head of the shortstop.
Yeah.
And then instantly just drop down to the ground. Whereas the first one was on the ground the whole time. It was just going very quickly. That one can be picked up by the shortstop.
Yep.
It's very difficult to, but it can be.
I mean,
But that second one, there's not much you can do.
we've got great players out there today, so I'm expecting anything and everything.
So Tijuana's taking a little bit of time to talk here. Wanting to close out the second without giving up any more runs.
We're at 2 outs for the Tijuana Hawks. Still up to bat, number 18, Tallulah Sickles.
Hey, here we go, kids. Come on, Tallulah, just steal the bat. You got it, let's go. Watch that bat, hit the ball.
2 outs right here, runner on second for Wahai. That one's going to be way up in the air and probably caught, battling the sun. Not as much that time, I guess. She was facing away from the sun, or mostly away from the sun. So it may have been right in her peripherals, but she's going to pick that one up for the third out to end the second inning here. This is just a reminder that if you missed any of this broadcast, you can go back and you can watch it an hour after the game is over on our YouTube channel, Blue Devil Northwest.
All right, we're at the top of the third inning with Tijuana starting off with number 7, Leah North.
Rock and roll, Leah, here we go. Base hit, base hit.
Excellent pitch coming through right there. That's going to lead the count with a strike.
Here we go now. Here we go, level swing, high base hit, here we go. Rock it, kid.
The second strike looked at right there. And then that one is swung at and missed for the first out of the third inning.
Back to the top of the lineup for the Tijuana, number 4, Lexi Barcombe.
Led off with a double at the start of the game.
Hey, here we go now. Hit stick, hit stick.
2 balls, no strikes.
Is this our first left-handed batter?
Well, they're back at the top, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're back at the top, which means that she's already batted once.
Well, I mean, like, is she the first one we've seen besides herself?
I haven't been paying too much attention, but I don't think so. Probably not, because there's actually quite a bit more left-handed batters than you'd think.
Yeah. Oh.
That one hit off the pitcher's glove. Off the pitcher's glove to the second baseman there. Thrown over to the first baseman. Just narrowly off on the timing. The runner is going to make it safely to first base.
Up to bat for Chihuahua, number 1, Adriana Rodriguez.
Come on, base hit now. Move around. Move up.
Oh, another left-handed. I guess you're right.
My mic is really low there.
Hey, good cut. Good cut. Hey, base hit, huh? Here we go.
Go, Adriana, I got this kid.
She makes it.
Very close right there, however. The throw was just a little bit too far to the left, it looked like. Needed to be a little bit closer to the base, and that could have been an out.
Here we go.
That is another very risky game out here. But it pays off if you do it right.
That one out and back. Not going to find its way anywhere.
Here you go now. Base hit. Bring her home, huh? Run it, run it, run it.
That one to the pitcher once again. Initially misses it once again, but that one she was able to pick up and throw into first. There's 2 outs on the board now, which means that the play is going to be at first and any future hits right here. Number 8 was hit on her first at bat. Got a free base because of it. That pitch much better than the second pitch that came through, which hit her last time around. It's going to open up with a strike here.
Here we go. Base hit. Bring her home.
That one also ruled as a strike. It looked like it was going to be very high, and then it came back down at last. Floated back down, I'd even say, at last second.
Yeah, you could see her almost go for that one, but she made that last-second decision not to.
That would have been a solid hit if she had chosen to take it, but I would not have hit that one either because it did not look good, and then it just was. And that is going to be another strikeout here. That's going to be the end of the third. This is just a reminder that if you missed any of our broadcasts, you can go back and watch it an hour after the game is done on our YouTube channel, Blue Devil Northwest. And we're back now at it's the top of the fourth, I think.
Yeah, they haven't changed that yet.
An excellent first pitch coming through right there.
Maybe it's not
Back
the
at
top
the top
of the
of the
fourth.
fourth.
Are you
No,
sure?
I'm fairly certain it is.
Okay. I believe you.
Oh no, it's the bottom of the third. Bottom of the third.
I believed
Yeah,
you.
I'm blanking. Yeah, it can't be the top because Wallhigh's batting right now.
Yeah, that's okay. That's okay.
You know, the game was going by so quickly that's the reason why I was confused, you know?
Yeah.
That's my excuse.
Oh,
an
that
excellent
was
hit right
beautiful.
there.
Oh my gosh, that was a beautiful catch.
Yeah, great hit, great catch.
Yep.
There's not much more to say. And once again, the right fielder there is the one who's battling the sun more than anybody else. You got to give her credit for every catch that she's made today.
Mhm.
That's 2 of 3 that have gone her way. She's caught. Oh, another really solid hit right there. And that one is going to just barely be foul ball.
I thought I was going over the fence for a second.
If that one would have stayed in, then man,
I mean, it was very close.
Wahai just pumping it out there right now. 2 hits in a row. That one also made contact, but not quite as impressive as the last one.
I
That
love
one
the
wasn't
crowd.
quite there. Yeah, a lot of enthusiasm from the crowd here. Specifically from 2 or 3 specific individuals, but yeah,
It just makes me.
gotta love it. Oh,
My.
wow.
She1 has really stepped up their catching game, definitely.
Yeah, she looked like she was ready for that one. Like, yeah, that. Ooh, I know the future. This one's coming right to me. Picked that one up and just like bloop right into her glove.
Yep. And it's like those plays are almost in a blink of an eye. Like you
Just
open
had
your
to
eye.
do a little squat. That was all.
Yeah.
Last to bat for Blue Devils, number 14, Kaelin Chapman.
All right, and we're back with 2 outs once again here. Bottom of the second, we also had a 2-out timeout here. Little discussion from Tijuana. That one's going to be up in the air and right in the glove of the right fielder once again. Anyway, now I'm going to give you the reminder. If you've missed any of this broadcast, you can go back and watch it on our YouTube channel an hour after the game is over.
Now we're going into the 4th inning.
Welcome back to the top of the fourth, with the score being 3 points for Wahai and 0 for Chihuahua.
I have a good feeling Chihuahua is going to get some points. I can feel it.
Well, it all starts with the first batter. 2 strikes and no balls on the count isn't always a good thing, but it's all right. Now she swung at and missed. Ball gets its way to the ground, which means that they have to throw it back to first, but that is going to be an
Now
out
at the bat for Tijuana, number 18.
on 3 strikes, 3 pitches.
Base hit now, base hit. Hey, nice cut.
That one just barely being fouled. Third baseman on Wahai's side unable to pick that one up. That one was a little bit further out than the last one that we saw, though. Would have certainly been very difficult to catch.
Yeah, she like even still dove for it.
Here we go now, big stick.
And once again, we see an excellent opening here from the pitcher with 2 strikes. And he's going to call that one a third strike here. That is going to be 3 pitches, 3 strikes, 6 pitches, 6 strikes, 2 outs here at the top of the fourth.
Estella Zora.
Hey, here we go now, base hit. Let's go. Get him started. There you go, run it.
And that one's going to be off the glove of the shortstop. And then, unable to be picked back up a second time, she's going to find her way onto base.
2-out rally. Let's go now.
Runner at first now here for Tijuana with 2 outs on the board here at the top of the fourth.
Now up for Tijuana, number 14, Tiara Davis.
As it stands, your thought of Tijuana getting points this inning
Yeah, I guess.
doesn't look super great.
I guess I'm a pretty bad judge of that.
You know, you got a gut feeling
Yeah.
it could still happen. All it takes is a steal to second and then 1 base hit, and all of a sudden they have their first point. So, which is very reasonable. It's very doable. Runner looked like she really wanted to go on that one right there. And she does go on that one, but that is going to be strike 3. And another strikeout here for the pitcher, which is going to bring us to the bottom of the fourth. And welcome back here to the bottom of the fourth, where the first batter here for Wahai is going to be number 12,
Bottom of the fourth inning. Batting for the Blue Devils, number
which is
12,
Lauren Bergevin. Hey, I'm starting to get these names memorized here. Not even have to look at the cheat sheet.
I will no longer say anything about the games playing because I feel like I jinxed you on the last round, last inning.
Just past the halfway point here now, too. Though, as it stands, I guess we were already past the halfway point because if the game were to be at the end of the top of the seventh right now, then it would be over. We'd get no bottom of the seventh. Okay, that was kind of whack. So that ball came back and hit the fence here, and then I looked over to where it hit the fence, and I saw our yellow-green extension cord.
Yeah.
And I thought that the ball had stuck to one of the holes in the fence.
You were like,
upon
what?
my first thought. Oh, and there's a really solid hit right there. Like I said, that is exactly the hit that will always be a base hit right there, and there's literally no way to stop it.
Yeah.
So an excellent hit right there. Just beautiful.
Now up to bat for the Blue Devils, number 6, Sarah Justice.
You know what I'm hoping to see this game? I'm hoping to see a home run. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean they're hitting pretty solidly right now, both sides.
Yeah.
So I guess it could happen, but it's really hard to pull off.
Yeah.
Especially that softball is a heck of a lot heftier than the baseball, that's for sure. Of course, the distance isn't as far either, so
True.
still difficult nonetheless to pull off. I haven't seen one yet, but who knows? I might see my first today with how people are hitting these suckers.
Yeah.
We've seen several go back really far. There have been probably 2 that were foul balls that would have been home runs if they were in the
I
field.
know. Every single time I see that, I'm like, oh, wow. What a great
Okay,
catch.
and here's a perfect example of why you always have the second baseman in that situation go behind second base and have the shortstop cover second base, or vice versa. It's so that you can always have somebody behind the person who's on the base so that they can pick up the ball. Because right there, if she had not been there, then it would have gone all the way back into center field, and the runner at second would have made her way to third. And all of a sudden you have a runner on third, and that's another free point with 0 outs on the board. So
That's a great explanation of that play.
so that's why you always want to have somebody covering behind where the throw is going to. Right there. That was, although the throw was missed, that was an excellent job recovering that. You saw that the throw was very high, and even the backup person, the person behind second base, had to jump up to make sure that that one didn't get past her. So
Wow.
excellently done right there.
What a detailed explanation. You should become an announcer.
It's almost like I am announcing, huh? Yeah, I know a little bit because I played the sport, like I said, for 2 years. Yeah, for 2 years. Technically speaking, I played it for 3, but also literally speaking, I only played it for 2 because I sprained my foot for the entirety of the season on my 3rd year playing.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, you could still observe things, so I'd count it.
Yeah.
All right, looks like we have a little pitching change for Chihuahua, number 3.
I played in 3rd grade, so.
Now pitching for
That was quite a while ago.
that for the Blue Devils, number 1, Kaelin Chapman.
I didn't play on a team in 3rd grade, but I did play. My dad was in the city's like mixed gender softball league, and so he played, and so I always went to the softball park with him and kind of
Oh, that's fun.
played with his team. They were very nice people, so I did a lot when I was a kid. And we had a pitching change come through here for Tijuana. No outs currently. Runners on first and second as well, so what is scoring position here?
Might I say that Wahai has great hits, but Chihuahua has great catches. I mean, I'm surprised Wahai's even got 3 points in.
We've also got one of Wahai's greatest hitters up to bat right now, which is another thing to point out, and biggest power hitters on top of that. So this is an excellent spot for Wahai to be in right now, and especially with the count leading 2-0 for her. Things are looking good for Wahai with this setup. And make that 3-0.
Yeah. Oh, that was
And that
fast.
hit goes exactly to where it needed to not go, unfortunately.
I'm telling you, their catchers are crazy good.
Up to bat for the Blue Devils, number 11, Nellie Wilson. Williams.
Got some name mix-up here. That hit right to the first baseman.
Oh, man.
And she almost gets around and tags the runner at first as well, but
They were down on the floor crawling.
and Chihuahua looking like they may find their way out of their really wonky situation here. Of course, we've seen this situation, I think, in every inning here for the Blue Devils so far, with runners on first and second with either 1 or 2 outs. So I guess it was with 1 out, and in all 3 instances, they were able to get a single with an out that advanced the runners. That's not going to happen this time around, where the runners did advance the out and the play was at first, and that is going to bring us to the end of the 4th here. This is just a reminder that if you've missed any of this broadcast, you can go back and you can watch it after the game is over on our YouTube channel, Blue Devil Northwest. And welcome back here to the top of the 5th with the score 3 for the Blue Devils and 0 for Chihuahua.
The Blue Devils leading by 3.
First up to bat is going to be number 19 from Chihuahua.
Hyasia Rodriguez.
Which I believe is also a player substitution. That may be the new pitcher for Chihuahua. I didn't quite catch who exactly came in. But this is a different batter from the person who was last here. We'll see how her first at-bat of the day goes. And it goes somewhere, but it goes right into the glove of the pitcher. 3 inches above the ground.
I know, I was going to say, it looks like it was going to roll right underneath her glove, but she got down there in time. You can always depend on the pitcher.
Up to bat for the Tijuana.
Pitcher's just having an
Number 7.
excellent job today. She hasn't gotten on base just yet, but both of her hits were the extremely solid hits that made it into the outfield both times. And then on top of that, she has, let me see, 4, 5, 6 strikeouts today. So 6 strikeouts in the 4 innings that we've already had is really impressive. And then to top that all off, she just made that catch right there. Just doing really well today.
Definitely.
A couple have gotten by her as well, though. So
I mean, don't we all?
nobody's perfect. Your good plays make up for those little oopsies, though.
Definitely.
And even on the oopsies, we saw 2 of them where she missed the ball initially. She was able to recover and get it on over to first. That was just a beautiful pitch right there. A lot of movement on that one. 2 strikes on the count here. Ooh, that one was real close. I'm not sure about how that one was called. That was awfully close. That looks real good to me, but I'm not the one in front of that plate.
Right.
I'm pretty far behind the plate, but it doesn't really matter because that's going to be called the strikeout right there anyway with the batter watching it. And that is going to make 7 on the day. Another note on the resilience of this pitcher that that Wahai has up right now. In the last game that I was here, which I believe was on the 2nd, she pitched for quite a while. That was a doubleheader. She pitched for, I think it was 7 or 8, maybe even 8 innings. And then when she came out and kind of went up to the people over here in the stands, she had ice on her shoulder, as any good pitcher does.
Yeah.
Because it makes sense.
I'm telling you.
And then 10 minutes later, I saw her batting again.
I'm telling you,
So-
that's why she was in the paper. I swear, she was in the
So-
paper for a softball-related reason. I know.
So she's willing to get out there, and it's like, okay, well you just spent like, I think it was 9 innings pitching across the 2 games. Take a break. Most people would. I mean,
know.
your arm would be killing you after all that, but she didn't. I was surprised to see her back out there 10 minutes later and batting once again.
That's resilience right there.
2 outs on the board for Wahai right here at the top of the 5th. Play is going to be at first.
Man, people out here just catch the ball like they have their eyes closed doing it. I'll never understand that.
I could catch the ball, but there's a story behind that one, and that was, there was this kid who would always throw the ball as hard as he possibly could, and that's going to be safe right there. Anyway, continuing on with my story, there's this kid who would always throw the ball as hard as he possibly could, even during warm-ups, where we were like 5 feet apart from one another, and it was terrifying. It was terrifying.
Oh my gosh.
And I didn't have a whole lot of friends on my team, like good like buddy friends. I had people that I talked to, that I associated with, but I didn't have great friends. And so I always got stuck with whoever was left during the warm-ups.
Oh man.
And a lot of the times it ended up being him. and man, those throws terrified me because they were coming at me like any pitch would from a pitcher. And they were
Sorry.
just warm-up throws, and so I got real used to them coming very quickly, very like very often.
Uh-huh.
So I was able to get my reaction time a heck of a lot better. That's going to be another strikeout right there, I believe, which is going to put an end to the top of the fifth here.
All right, we're at the bottom of the fifth inning with the Blue Devils still leading by 3. Up to bat for the Blue Devils, number 18, Tallulah Sickles.
And maybe this time we'll get to see another solid hit the ground.
What? What? How does that even happen? Hold up, what the heck is the mouse? Oh, there we go. What?
That one, once
Ah.
again, the third baseman just ready for that one. She is just really zoned in today. That was wow. That was again just excellently done.
I mean, what do I keep saying? Tallulah's catching point is on game today.
Now up to bat for the Blue Devils, number 20, Alizea Saldes. I will get it one of these days, I swear.
Contact made once again. Over to the second baseman, over to first. That is going to be the second out very quickly here for Chihuahua. Are they going to have their infamous 2-out timeout here to have their team discussion?
Probably.
Probably not. Probably not.
Yeah,
Not when you get 2 pitches, 2 outs. Or I guess 3 pitches, 2 outs.
true.
I think it was 3 pitches.
I don't think they don't got time. They don't got time.
Blue Devils, number 10, Raquel Justice.
Look alive, team!
Beautiful.
That one picked up and thrown from in the dirt, and that is going to be a throw. She didn't even stand back up. She was like, I'm going to get this ball over to first. Tosses it on over there and gets that third out for a 1, 2, 3. And just counting easy as that to get to the end of the top of the fifth, or bottom of the fifth here, excuse me.
That is so true, though. She was like kneeling down and threw the ball perfectly.
It's
the first
that
baseman.
one's pretty difficult to do because the release on the ball is lower than if you were standing up, first of all. And you can't take that lead-in step, which often helps with keeping the ball steady and getting more force on the ball there. So excellently done right there. It's going to bring us to the end of the fifth here. Just a reminder, if you missed any of this broadcast, you can come back and watch it an hour after the game is over on our YouTube channel, Blue Devil Northwest. All right, after that quick 1-2-3 there from Chihuahua, they're going to see if they can keep this momentum going on the other side of things with the batting. And to start that off, we have number eight. Number 8. Yeah. I have it right in front of me. Why did I try and look at her number?
No, you're good, you're good.
She has not gotten on, excuse me, she has gotten on base, but she doesn't have a hit yet. She was hit on her first at-bat and struck out on her second at-bat tonight. This afternoon, excuse me.
I gotta say, this game has gone a whole lot quicker than yesterday's baseball game. That game felt a lot forever yesterday.
I guess it's called fast pitch for a reason, am I right?
Right, yeah, exactly.
Not going to lead off with a hit, but is still going to get on base here successfully. She's now 0 for 1 on her at-bats here with 2 instances where she did get on base successfully. When you think about it, though, having a walk here is all right. That is her first walk given up today. And if you think of the ratio of walks to strikeouts, that's a 7 to 1. Oh, sorry, a 1 to 7 ratio. So
yeah,
that's pretty good.
If it'll get you points, I mean, I would take that over striking out and not getting any points.
Number 6 also has not gotten on base yet today. Runner goes to second, but has to jog on back to first because it made contact with the bat and is a foul ball.
Yeah, she kind of like threw her bat out there on that one.
And I was ready for that one. They saw that one last time. And they were like, all right. It looked like the catcher was ready to throw that to second before the pitch even came in.
Exactly.
The catcher was like, all right, you know, you aren't fooling me. This is going to happen again. You're going to do it again. Just ready to throw that one in. And that is going to be an out right there.
And I think
critically leaves the bases open here, too.
That's on paying attention and team communication right there.
Yeah, and the shortstop's going to pick that one up for a second out here for Wahai. 2 quick outs right here. Swing and a miss there on that first one. Cut was a little bit too deep down and close to her on that one. A second swing and a miss right there. That one looked like it may have been a little bit high up. It's going to leave 2 strikes on the count here. And this is where, as a batter, things get a little bit tough, especially since she did strike out on her last at-bat, which puts just a significant amount of additional pressure on,
for sure,
on her as a batter.
Yeah, that's one thing about sports that is so hard. The pressure it's tremendous, and
We're getting a nice little breeze in here right now. It feels so good.
I know. I'm like trying to think what I'm saying, but that breeze feels
It's
really
it's
nice.
distracting because of how pleasant it is. And that one is hit very solidly. Oh my gosh. But into the glove of the center fielder, that is going to be the third out there.
Nice catch, Nalia.
And that is going to be end of the top of the sixth. And we're going to meet back up again in the bottom of the sixth. Bottom of the sixth, with Wahai getting another shot at scoring some points.
All right, we're at the bottom of the sixth inning. Up to bat for the Blue Devils, number 14, Kaelin Chapman.
Number 14 with one single and one out on the day today. And Wahai is making their way to what has been consistently the strongest part of their batting order today. Two balls on count to open this one up.
Here we go now. Put it by her, huh? It's alive, right field. Paint those corners. Here we go.
That's going to be the first strike of the count here. It's going to even things out a little bit at one strike and two balls. That one being way out. He's going to put the count at 3-1 here. First batter for Wahai here at the bottom of the sixth. And this could be critical here too, because if they score some more points here, then that could mean that it's their last time batting here.
Yeah, Kaelin might get a walk on this one. No, she hits it. But unfortunately, it's out.
Fielded by the third baseman once again. That's our fourth or fifth one today. Doing an excellent job. That is going to be the first out here at the bottom of the sixth. As well as 6 consecutive outs here from Chiawana. Another important thing to note.
There we go. Turn it by her now. Here we go.
I've noticed that the pitcher's got a consistency of the little grunt she makes, but that is so important. I do that in sports all the time.
Here we go now.
It just means that she's putting in effort.
Totally.
Full force into every pitch that she throws. That
Oh,
one was way up in the air. I had to
man.
use my hand to cover the sun there. But the left fielder easily picks that one up right into her glove. That is going to be another out here, making 7 consecutive outs in a row here for Chiawana. I mean, I just think about it this way. When I do the push-up test, when I start getting into like 48, 49, I get that same sound too.
Yeah.
So it literally just means that you're putting all of your energy into
For
each
sure.
pitch right
Yes.
there. So, and I didn't actually notice it until 2 or 3 pitches ago.
Yeah.
till literally the pitch before you pointed it out.
I know. I was like just thinking about it, and if I serve in volleyball, I always make a noise, and I think it's like so important that. But it's funny that no one else on my team ever makes a noise. I'm like, what? It's so important.
Oh, that one flies right by the pitcher. That one, I don't know if you saw, that one had a little bit of a curve to it.
Yeah.
It kind of went like, it was going forward and then it kind of arced over to the right.
Yep.
And it was an excellent hit right there. And that makes her 3 for 3 on the day today as well. So she's done an excellent job of hitting today.
And you definitely can't blame that on the wind because there is like about 0 wind.
Yeah. That was just the way that the ball was flying
For
there.
sure.
Then the next batter we have up here with a runner on second, important to note, also has 2 for 2 on the day today. So we'll see if she can get another run in here for Wahai with 2 outs on the board right now.
Look alive, team. Melissa.
Up to bat for the Blue Devils, number 1, Kaelin Chapman.
Easy out, girls. Here we go. We only need one. Right there, kid. It's right there. Hey, good pitch. Good pitch.
And that one is going to make, oh, wait.
Oh,
Initially, it looked like it was going to be a free out right there.
the ball just got lost in the dust on that one. I mean, you literally couldn't
Yeah,
even see it.
But you also have to point out the fact that it was just initially missed on the scoop there.
Yeah.
But runners at first and third. Runners at first and third with 2 outs on the board is kind of an ugly situation here.
Yeah.
Because if it's up in the air, I guess the runner's going to be running anyway if it's up in the air. But if it pops down, if it bloops down in the outfield, then you can pretty easily field that to second for the out and put an end. Or if it's infield, then you can just throw it to first and put an end to the inning. So this is a hard spot to get out of. You have to get a really solid hit here to make something happen.
You know what my favorite thing is that you say? Bloop.
Bloop.
You say it a lot.
I like that word.
It's so funny.
I use a lot of funky words. I try to use words where they don't really mean anything, but you can understand what they mean
No,
anyway.
for sure.
You know,
I love that.
because that's the best right there. Oh, and look at this. We're getting our infamous 2-out meeting here from Giovanna. This is the 4th time that this has happened today.
Mhm.
You know, it's important. Every single time that they've done this, too, they've put a close to the inning. So it's important sometimes to just take a little break, kind of get your composure together,
Yeah.
make sure that you're going to make things happen.
For some teams, I think this is almost routine. Like, you just get in this habit that is so important. And it's also just important to try to throw the other team off, take a break. Get them out of their routine. We'll see.
All right. 2 outs for Tijuana.
Number 11, the current batter with 2 outs on the day at her 2 previous at-bats.
Watch that runner home, Emma.
That is going to put the first strike on the count here with an excellent pitch coming through right there.
Here you go, Nat. Put it by her.
That one a little bit high. With 3 balls and 1 strike on the count. Batter probably feeling pretty comfortable with that lead right there.
Mhm.
But once again, even with the lead in the count, there's still a little bit of pressure on the batter here to make the solid hit that they need.
Swung for that one. Oh, man.
And you know, I don't think it's a bad thing to swing at that one either.
No.
Because I think if you hit it and it goes through, you know, the pitcher shortstop out into the outfield right there, then it's where it needs to be, and your runners are going to advance. That's the hit that you need. Whereas if you just let it go through, then the bases are loaded, and all of a sudden it gets even harder to get the hit that you need.
True. That's very true.
Where if you get walked, you score a point. Also, if you hit it basically anywhere, a play can be made. So with bases loaded, you just go nearest base and then just call it good. So on
Yep.
2 outs is, you know, Wahai looks really good right now, and they would look even better if they didn't have 2 outs here. But it'll be a tough situation to get through. And actually, I take all that back. Because while I wasn't looking, that runner made her way from first to second.
I know.
Which means that you just have to hit it to first base, and you all of a sudden get your points. Just like that. That was an oversight on my part. I was just about to point that out before the hit came through. That was pretty impressive right there.
Right over the first baseman's glove as well too. So.
Yeah, it was like, wait, they're not on first and third anymore. They're on second and third right there. So I was like, oh my gosh. And credit to the runner who was on first right there too, because that was important right there. That was the difference between 1 point and 2 points there for Wahai.
Yep.
Now leading 5-0, having scored 2 more at the bottom of the 5th, 2 at the bottom of the 3rd, and 1 at the bottom of the 1st. Getting a pretty long bottom of the 6th here as well. It's been a fat minute here, as opposed to the previous ones where we had 7 outs in a row from Chiawana, just broken here by the Blue Devils. That one's going to find its way down, fouled out. It's going to put 2 balls and 1 strike on the count, excuse me. Again, Wahai putting all this pressure on with 2 outs as well. 2-out rally going really, really well for them. They say 2 outs on the board, not a big deal. We'll make it work. And that is going to be the 3rd strike right there for a strikeout to end the bottom of the 6th here, which has been very eventful. This is just a reminder, if you missed any of this broadcast, you can go back and watch it an hour after the game is over here on our YouTube channel, Blue Devil Northwest. Important to note that the Blue Devils are up 5-0 right now, which means that if this inning ends without Chiawana having scored 5 or more points, the Blue Devils will not see another at-bat. This is it for Chiawana here. It's their last opportunity. They're going to have to get some solid hits out there, get things going, and score 5.
Yeah, we'll see. Some teams, the pressure is all they need, and it can propel them pretty far. So we'll see if this is the same with Chiawana.
It'll be tough. It would
Yeah.
be tough for sure, but we've seen teams do it before. I remember a game from, I guess it was during slow pitch softball, but Wahai was down 2-11 or 2-9 or something like that,
Mhm.
and they managed to score 5 points,
Oh,
5 points
yeah.
in
I
their
remember that.
second to last inning to make it much more doable for their last inning. That was pretty recent. That was about a month ago,
Mhm.
maybe a little less than that. Five points isn't a lot. We could most certainly see Chihuahua do that. 3 balls, no strikes. Once again, that's all right. She's been pitching the whole day and has done an excellent job with pitching. So that one is called a strike. That's going to leave the batter in that batter's box. Just watched. And you know, a general rule of thumb for myself is if I'm at, okay, so I almost always, when I play the sport, I almost always watch the first pitch to kind of get a feel for the pitcher.
Mhm.
And then if I ever had 3 balls, 0 strikes, then I would also always
She
just
keeps
watch her.
running.
She's going to
Oh.
keep going. She's going to keep going.
Wow. That was a good opportunity to take. That's
I-
exactly what they need to get the game
And
tied.
that's exactly what they need to start out the game.
Yep.
Also important to note that earlier today, I mentioned the whole play where the shortstop had gone behind the second baseman
Yep.
to stop the throw from going too far. Right there, it is the right fielder's job to walk behind the first base. It's a lot further to travel,
Yes.
but right there, it could have saved that runner advancing from first to second right there. If she'd still run from first to second, but the right fielder... Oh!
Man, she
Another-
dove for that.
Another tricky little play right there. That's going to leave no outs with 2 runners on the bases now here for Chihuahua, and this is exactly the start that they needed.
Was it just me, or did it look like her glove like pushed the ball out? Like she
And-
was so
and
close to
sometimes
catching that.
That was close. I think what happened there was that she almost got it, but she didn't quite get her glove. She got her glove there in time, but just barely off, so that her
Yeah.
glove didn't quite get fully underneath the ball.
Yeah, exactly.
And Wahai's taking their little meeting here. And after that one, I think you do have to take a small break. Anyway, as I was saying, back to my initial thought, it's a lot further to run, but if you're the right fielder in that last play, the play before this last one, excuse me, then you have to be behind the first baseman right there. You have to be. Because if the runner runs from first to second and the ball gets overthrown, then you're right there and you can throw it to second and still get that out.
Yeah.
So,
You really just got to be paying attention to what your position is and what you're supposed to be at all times, and that's a very hard thing to do.
it's a lot of running, though.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of work. It really is.
Yep.
Sometimes you just assume, okay, that's an easy out. I don't even have to cover it. But I guess the whole point to covering that is the fact that a throw can go wrong. It's always a possibility.
Definitely.
1 strike to lead the count here.
And I had mentioned this, you should just always assume that if something's going to go wrong, you
Yeah.
know, just always be there. But it's a hard thing because you're like, well, I don't have to, but
And it's also the same reason why you always see, especially with a runner on first and an open second base. Oh,
Oh, man. Crucial throw.
okay. So another instance where you saw the right fielder walk up a lot more that time, but she still wasn't where she needed to be.
Yeah.
Of course, then again, I'm not sure what that throw was.
I
So-
don't think anyone was expecting that, honestly. So,
But still, an excellent job. That is going to give up 1 run there. But, you know, 1 run for 1 out in this particular situation is not a bad thing. You actually take that. So,
yeah.
because if you get 1 out for 1 run, then the game ends 5-3 and you win. So you're perfectly fine with that. So, but anyway, that was kind of a strange play right there.
Yeah, you could hear the whole crowd.
That
It
could
just
have been
didn't-
turned. Could have been turned for a double play, but was
Yeah.
not.
you're ever not sure what's going on, you can just listen to the crowd, and if it's like a huge thing, they'll tell you exactly what happens with their responses. Oh man.
Runner makes it from second to third here. I'm not entirely sure that was necessary, because most of the time when you get a base hit with a runner on second, you'll make your way into home anyway. But we've seen a lot of impressive throws today, so a lot of impressive throws and a lot of questionable throws.
Yep.
Nice level swing now. Nice level swing.
So I guess it just makes things feel a little bit safer, because now you know, okay, the play is going to be at first base, which means that if they're going to look towards first, then they basically already have that second run. Catcher just barely misses on that one. That was rather close. But once again, I say, you trade in this particular situation, you trade one run for one out.
Yes.
Because you are still up 3 points. Now you have nobody on base anymore.
Yeah.
And all you need is one out. So
A lot of pressure on this batter because, I mean, if you get that last out, there's no more room for your team. But we'll see what happens.
like you said, they've done a great job of using the pressure to their advantage and kind of just rallying
I'm
off
telling
of
you,
it.
some teams just really need that. And some teams don't take it so well.
It's the shift from, okay, things aren't going too well, to, okay, this is it, folks. Let's do this.
Yep. I mean, there's nowhere else to go but up, you know? That's kind of the pressure of, you know, winning, like having the lead, is that you got to keep that lead.
Yeah, you're right. There's an equal amount of pressure on Walleye here.
Mhm.
Though they're feeling much better now with the bases cleared.
Yeah.
I'm sure of that.
And
There's one out and one ball right now. Current batter with a double and a single today. So she's been batting well. Though a strikeout as well.
and if someone was on the bases, you might want to take that opportunity to run, but no one's on the bases, so.
It's nearing the end of the game. She's pitched the whole game, so I'm not too surprised by the fact that these pitchers are getting a little bit more off their mark, slowly but
Yeah.
surely.
Oh,
And
man.
that one right there is going to leave a second strike on the count there, which is going to put the count at 2-2. And we are one strike
Ugh,
away from ending this game here.
the pressure.
One strike or one out from one hit.
Yep.
You know, in these situations, it's actually really difficult to make a decision on reading a pitch.
Yeah.
Staying in that one as that one goes fouled back and over our heads. I always duck and cover just in case.
Oh,
That one
man.
hit. Tap very lightly to the shortstop. An excellent throw right there, but is going to be safe. That was, I'm going to give credit to the batter there because she looked like she intentionally hit that one lightly
Yep.
towards the shortstop so that it didn't have a lot of force on it. Took longer to travel to the shortstop. It looked like she was just ready for
Yeah.
that whole at bat.
Exactly.
Either
Like,
that or I was tripping. It was completely unintentional and she just leaned into it too far and got lucky. But I think
no, I think
like,
you're right.
I'm like 82% sure that was
82.
intentional and that she did a really good job right there on that
82% sure.
one.
Yeah.
No, 82.73% sure.
I see that. Yeah.
I'm giving that
makes more
0.73%
sense.
adjustment right there.
Got it.
Well, that's number 3 right there. That'll be their third if they can get her in. The batter right now would be the 4th if they can get her in. Of course, we're talking a couple batters down the road here as well.
I think you're right, though. That last play, I think she was ready because it didn't look like her swing was at full force, so
Yeah.
she was ready for that.
It really looked like her swing
Yeah.
wasn't at full force,
Mhm.
but it was with the intent of hitting the ball.
No, exactly. Like, she didn't plan on just, like, sending it. She was like, huh, I'm going to try something else.
And this makes the game so exciting too. The fact that the game didn't just end
Mm-hmm.
like straight up, like 3 outs, 3 pitches, whatnot, like we saw
Yeah.
earlier in like the fifth, I think it was.
Mm-hmm.
For both sides even, and with it going so much longer, a little bit more suspenseful, a lot more happening, more contact being made,
Mm-hmm.
more action around the bases. With the game on the line, that's what people like to see.
Yeah. I mean, it's like just to that point where it's like just barely close enough to say that they have a chance. So we're all in our seats just waiting to see.
And Wahai scored in the sixth inning, two in the sixth inning with 2 outs. So it's very doable here.
Mm-hmm.
Two would put them at 4-5. I think we're just as focused on what's happening around the ball as the players are.
I know, right?
It's like it's harder to keep saying stuff when we're so intent on
I know.
where's that ball going? Where's that ball
Exactly.
going?
I feel I'm on the field right now.
And
Oh,
then that is
man.
going to be a strikeout to end the game right there. That is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 on the day from her.
Wow.
Excellently done. What a way to close out the game. This is just a reminder that if you have missed any of this broadcast, you can go back and rewatch it about an hour from now on our YouTube channel, Blue Devil Northwest. That's going to be the end of the game with Wahai having scored 5 points and Chihuahua having scored 2 points. Make sure not to miss our other broadcast this week. Our next broadcast is going to be the baseball game on Friday at 3 o'clock and then soccer on Saturday at 12 o'clock. For the most up-to-date times on these events, please check wallawallaathletics.com/events. Again, that's wallawallaathletics.com/events. Thank you for tuning in to Blue Devil Northwest. This is a student broadcast, and though we aren't perfect yet, it is our goal to bring you exciting sports every single week. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to email our producer, Andrew Sayers, at asayers@wwps.org. Have a great night, Blue Devil fans.